My ex cheated. I left. We had no contact for a year. At my sister's wedding, a day that had nothing to do with him, he showed up and made a speech from the heart. My family thought it was romantic and want me to forgive him. A year. It had been exactly 1 year since I left him, 10 months since I blocked his number, 8 since I stopped checking his social media, 6 since I threw out the box of stuff I swore I'd deal with later. I'd done the healing, or enough to fake it. We'd been together 4 years. He wasn't loud with his cruelty, wasn't the yelling type. He was the small kind, the erosion kind, the kind who made you feel like everything was your fault, but smiled when he said it. When I found out he was cheating, I didn't scream, I didn't beg, I didn't ask who she was, I just said, okay, and packed my things. He cried. Not because he lost me, because he lost control. My sister was the first person I called after I left. She didn't ask for details, just drove over and stood outside my apartment with a milkshake and 2 blankets. She was good like that, always had been. When she got engaged, I didn't hesitate. I said yes to being her maid of honor before she even finished asking. This wedding was supposed to be a celebration, hers, but also ours. Proof that some things could still feel safe. The planning helped me heal more than therapy did. Colors, florals, fittings, lists. I threw myself into it. Every time someone said, "You're glowing," I smiled, because I was finally living without a leash. The only thing I asked was, "He's not invited, right?" She said no, said it fast, said it like it was obvious. I believed her. I saw him once at a grocery store a few months ago. He looked smaller, not thinner, just reduced, like someone who only knew how to be loud when people were listening. I walked past him without saying a word, and that silence felt like closure. Or so I thought. The week of the wedding was chaos in the best way. Nails, hair, steamer burns, spray tan panic, everyone buzzing, drinking, hugging. I felt light. Not happy. Not sad, just ready. The night before the wedding, my sister pulled me aside. She looked nervous, said, "Just a heads up. I think he might be coming. I didn't invite him. But Mom might have said something." And just like that, the piece I wore. Spent a year building cracked down the middle. I asked, straight out, "Did you tell him?" My sister shook her head. "I didn't. I swear. I told Mom not to. She just thinks he deserves a chance." I didn't answer, because what was left to say? The rehearsal dinner was warm, loud, and crowded, except when I walked in. Then, it felt like someone pressed pause for half a second. Not everyone, just the ones who knew. My mom kissed my cheek and whispered, "You look beautiful, sweetheart. Just stay open-minded." There it was. I watched her laugh with my uncle 5 minutes later, watched her fill wine glasses and compliment the bride, and I realized she didn't think she was betraying me. She thought she was fixing me. I didn't say anything that night, not to my mom, not to my sister. I didn't even text my best friend like I usually did when something hurt. I just went back to the hotel, locked the door, and sat in the dress I was supposed to wear the next day, staring at it like it might betray me too. The morning of the wedding was blur and buzz. Makeup artists, curling irons, music, people moving like they were on tracks. But I wasn't in it. I was watching it happen around me, waiting for something I didn't ask for to show up anyway. Right before we left for the venue, I heard my mom whisper to someone outside the door, "Just let him say a few words. It's not about drama, it's about closure." I felt my stomach twist. Closure for who? I pulled my sister aside. "Tell me now. Is he coming?" She looked at me with the kind of guilt that tells you the answer before they even open their mouth. "I'm sorry." That was it. No explanation, no defense, just, "I'm sorry." He arrived an hour before the ceremony. I didn't see him. Someone told me later. Said he was quiet, polite, seemed nervous. He always played humble when there was an audience. I told the planner I needed 10 minutes alone before walking down the aisle as MOH sat in the bridal suite, hands shaking, eyes dry. I wasn't scared, wasn't sad. I was done. With pretending, with being polite, with giving space to someone who only ever took. Someone knocked on the door, then slipped an envelope under it. My name on the front, in his handwriting. I didn't open it, didn't touch it, just stared at it until it felt like it was staring back. I walked down the aisle behind my sister, held her bouquet, smiled for photos, clapped during the vows, cried when she said, "I do." And all the while, I could feel his eyes on me, like a memory trying to pretend it still had weight. He kept his distance. At first, didn't come near me during cocktail hour, didn't interrupt the family toasts, didn't hover. That's how he worked. He made silence feel safe just long enough for you to forget what he'd done with your trust. He approached me during dinner, not with an apology, not with a, "Hey, can we talk?" Just, "You look incredible." I didn't answer. He laughed like it was cute. Still mad at me? Like I'd misplaced my anger somewhere. And now it was time to give it up. I walked away, didn't speak, didn't flinch. He followed me with his eyes but didn't push. Not yet, because he was waiting for the scene. He wanted me to react, so he could be the reasonable one. My mom caught up with me at the bar. He came all this way. Couldn't you at least hear him out? I didn't look at her when I said, "You invited him." She didn't deny it. She just said, "He's changed." I smiled. The kind that doesn't reach your eyes. So have I. I avoided him for the next 2 hours, danced with my cousins, checked in on my sister, pretended everything was fine, but I could feel it building, like heat under the floorboards. He wasn't here to celebrate. He was here for the grand gesture. He made his move after the cake cutting. The mic was open for shared memories. Friends, family, harmless stuff. He stood up with his drink, walked to the mic, and smiled like it was his turn. And my heart dropped. He started soft. "I know this isn't about me, but weddings are about love, right?" A few people laughed nervously. The MC didn't stop him. He looked straight at me. "There's someone here tonight I once shared a life with, and I never stopped wishing I still did." People turned. My name was in the air, unspoken, but everywhere. He said, "I hurt her. I know that. But I'm not here to ask for forgiveness." Pause. "I'm here to say I never stopped loving you." The room froze. People stared, whispered, waited. My mom clapped once, soft, hopeful, and in that silence, I felt it. This wasn't a speech. It was a power play, and they were falling for it. I didn't say anything right away, just stared at him, at his stupid, smug, soft-voiced performance, and then at everyone else, waiting for me to melt, to fold, to forgive, to do what women are expected to do. Be gracious. My mom's hands were clasped at her chest, hopeful, tearful, like it was a movie. And I realized she didn't want me to be happy. She wanted me to be grateful. I stepped forward, not to the mic, not to him, to my sister. She was pale, frozen. I leaned in and said, "I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm not going to ruin your day." She nodded, once, eyes glassy. She already knew what I was going to do. I turned and walked to the door. No speech, no slap, no tears. He called after me. "That's it? You're just going to walk away? Again?" I didn't stop. I heard my mom whisper something, heard someone say my name, but I just kept walking. Because if they loved me the way they claimed, none of them would have let this happen. He chased me outside, grabbed my arm. Light, not aggressive, performative. "You're making a scene." I looked at him and said, "No, you made one. I'm just not staying for the end." He tried to laugh it off. "Come on, don't be dramatic. It was just a few words." I pulled my arm away. "It was never just words with you. That's why I left." He stood there like he didn't understand. Or maybe he did, and just couldn't believe he'd finally run out of stage. I didn't wait for him to respond. Didn't. Look back. No one followed me. Not my mom. Not him. Not anyone. Because they were waiting for the next act, and I wasn't giving them one. I got in the car, took off the heels, sat in my dress, and let the silence fill the whole cabin. And for the first time all night, I felt safe, not happy, not whole, but safe. And that was enough. The texts came the next morning, my mom first. I know it was a lot, but he really meant it. Then, he loves you. That has to count for something. No. What counts is how someone treats you when no one's watching. I didn't respond, so she called, left a voicemail. Honey, please don't let pride get in the way of love. As if walking away from manipulation was pride. As if my silence meant confusion, not peace. My sister texted that night. I'm sorry. I didn't know he was going to do that. I told Mom not to. She just thinks she's helping. I believed her, but I also knew silence is agreement when it's convenient. He emailed me. A full page. Rambling, poetic, unnecessary. Talked about our connection. Said seeing me reminded him of everything he messed up. Said I still looked like home. I didn't open it twice. Didn't reread it. Didn't dissect it. Just archived it. Because love letters from people who violated your trust aren't romantic. They're insults. People started calling me cold. Not to my face, but I heard it. From Mir, a cousin. From a bridesmaid who reposted the video of his speech and captioned it, "Still believe in love." As if the stunt made him brave. And me cruel. I went no contact with my mom for a month. Not forever. Just long enough to remember that distance isn't a punishment, it's a boundary. The video of the speech went semi-viral. My ex shared it himself. Cut it down, added music, threw in some vague caption about regret. His comments were full of strangers calling me heartless. They didn't know a thing about me. Didn't know what he did, didn't want to. They just liked the story he gave them. I deleted the wedding photos from my phone. Not out of spite. Not because I wanted to erase the day, because I was tired of remembering a moment that was never supposed to be about him. I booked a solo trip. Small cabin, no Wi-Fi. 3 days, I sat by a lake, drank bad instant coffee, and wrote down everything I never said that night. Then folded the pages and left them behind. Not because they didn't matter, but because they didn't belong to me anymore. I didn't unblock him, didn't reach out, didn't watch the video again. The people who thought it was romantic never asked what came before it. They only liked the ending they could screenshot. Saw my sister 2 months later. She hugged me, cried a little, said she was sorry, again. I told her I forgave her, because I did, but I didn't stay long. Love doesn't always come with comfort, and forgiveness doesn't always come with return. My mom kept trying. Birthday texts, photos of old family albums. One message that just said, "I still believe in second chances." I didn't respond. Not because I was angry, because I was exhausted. I heard he started dating someone else. She looked a little like me. From a distance, anyway. I didn't feel anything. That's when I knew I'd really left. People stopped bringing him up. At least in front of me. Not because they understood, but because I stopped reacting. And silence is only interesting when it hurts. I started seeing someone. Nothing serious. Not yet. But he listens. Doesn't try to fix me. Doesn't shrink. When I say no, and that's enough for now. Sometimes I think about the night of the wedding. Not him. Not the speech. Just me. In that car, barefoot in my dress, finally breathing like no one else was in the room. That version of me? She was tired. But she was free. My mom still thinks I'll come around. That time will soften me. That I'll see it differently one day. Maybe I will. But not in the way she hopes. The video is still out there. Still gets shared. Still gets comments like, "I want to love like this." She didn't deserve him. Why are women so bitter now? And I don't care, because I don't need strangers to know the truth. I just needed to stop pretending it was a love story. No one followed me that night. No one begged me to stay. No one apologized. And still, I walked away with more dignity than they ever tried to give me. Not because I wanted to, but because I knew. If I didn't leave, I'd always be the supporting character in someone else's performance.